Welcome back, YouTube. Today we're going to be watching another Brandon Herrera video, and this time it is one of his cursed gun images. Twitch chat, do you have anything you want to say to YouTube before we begin? And without further ado, let's get into it.
What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers, and welcome back to another episode of my favorite, it's cursed gun images. We're doing cursed gun images today. If you're new here, cursed gun images is where you guys just take all of the random shit you find on the internet and send it to me. Whether that be stupid guns, guns that have been bubbled into the ground, or guns that just need to be put out of their misery and taken off this planet. Or sometimes guns that are just so bad they deserve their own category by themselves.
Has he ever done a video where he looks at guns in like Fallout or Bethesda games? Because I feel like he would have a unique perspective on some of the guns from like Starfield. Because some of those guns don't really make any sense, if I'm not mistaken. So I would love to see his opinion on that if he hasn't already. That would be great.
Preferably off the planet. Anyhow, I got a whole new batch of submissions, so let's go over them together. Starting off, we have what I think might be our first submission of cursed ammo images.
Cursed ammo.
Without further ado, let's start the way I always do.
Is this isn't real, is it? Is this allowed on YouTube? I mean, I guess it is. It's right there. What's the penetrating power on that? How big is that? That's at least like 7 inches, right? That looks 7 inches, right? Right? It's a British round? That can't be real, right? That has to... Barabelled? Oh my goodness. The penetration power. Unfortunately, yes, this is real. Oh no. I hope it's got good penetrating power.
With just the tip. That is a dick. I guess you could say these bad boys were designed for maximum penetration. When it comes to customer satisfaction, these things are hard to beat. I've got a couple more. In all seriousness though, I think these are a joke. I don't think this is a real product considering the packaging itself says 9mm parabell end. UK slang for a dick. It's the tip of your dick. Oh, you cheeky Brits. Never thought I'd see a type of ammunition where part of the reloading process is circumcision. 9mm parabell end when you're trying to prove that you're not shooting blanks. All right, I am now done.
Very good. Also, I was going to say that it makes sense to design a bullet after the dick because, you know, hey, the dick is made to penetrate, right? So, you know, it's got to have good penetration. But then I remember there's a reason why the tip of the penis is shaped like a mushroom. Does anybody know why it is shaped like a mushroom? Because I'm going to tell you, even if you don't know, or even if you do know. Because the reason that the penis is shaped the way that it is so that it has the extra little, you know, mushroom tip to be able to scrape out semen from other people that might have had sex with the person you're having sex with. You know, like in the Unga Bunga periods of cavemen and everything, you were like, oh, female already reproduced with other men. If I have sex now, I may be able to like get her pregnant first. And then your dick like scrapes out the other semen. That is what is apparently the reason for it. So, it's kind of weird. And apparently it works because that's how evolution works, where people who had the right shape of dick were able to get them pregnant over the other people. So that's kind of just how natural selection worked. And that's why human penises look like mushrooms. So now you know. You didn't need to know that? You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, no, I'm not. One more. This brings a whole new meaning to cocking your gun. All right, I'm done. I'm done. All right, next up, we've got whatever this is. This man is the fucking president of Carry Handle Gang. Looks like we actually have a 3D printed lower as well. So it's a 3D printed AR lower and a 3D printed just long boy carry handle. It looks like you kind of married the G36 style like carry handle integral optic thing with like a long FAMAS kind of thing going on.
Yeah, also, it reminded me of the FAMAS.
Spanning the entire upper. This man will carry the shit out of this gun. Shit, you could fit like 4 hands on that carry handle, make it like a fucking team exercise. Ian is not happy with what you are doing to the imagery of the FAMAS. There will be consequences. Moving on, this one actually clearly sent to me by a Russian fan.
What?
Here we have a Russian meme of me looking at an AK that has got a lot going on.
That's an AK? This is unrecognizable to me as an AK. I don't believe. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, this does not look like an AK. I don't know what this looks like, but it does not remind me of an AK.
Those hexagon tactical hand guards, those are pretty neat, honestly.
They
but it looks like
butchered
they've
it.
done like a replica VSS stock on the back. And judging by the magazine and the rounds that are just floating around the photo, it looks like it's chambered 9x39. Mom, can we have VSS? No, sweetie, we have VSS at home. Now, if you're curious what the text says, so was I, so I put it through Google Translate. I doubt this is correct, but Google Translate said, I can't decide if it's a gun or not a gun. Doesn't quite seem right, so if there's any native Russian speakers that would like to correct that in the comments, please let me know, because I'm kind of curious. Either way, not terrible execution on this one. We actually did our own version of an AK in 9x39 a while back.
Oh my goodness.
Although if this is really a 9x39, I'm curious why they went with such a long barrel. 9x39 is a slow boy, you don't need a lot. Shorter, mo better. No, babe, I prefer the SBR. The big ones hurt me. Now jumping over from Russia back to the UK for a moment.
Do you think that someone has ever had that said to them? Where it's like, nah, babe, your dick's just the right. I love your dick. If it was any bigger, like I've had bigger ones and they're not as good. It's like, oh no, you didn't have to say that part. Could have just stopped at the "you like my dick." Would have been good at that. You said more and you made it worse.
Of course, as you have all heard, Queen Elizabeth II has passed. Not a real big fan of any royal family, but definitely not the ones that have connections to Jeffrey Epstein. You know, it's the little things. But we do have this photo of the Queen shooting the famous and kind of infamous L-85. Which, you know, hey, based. The L-85, of course, having a lot of its own problems and being somewhat of a cursed gun image in itself. So hopefully with the passing of the torch, the new generation of royal...
Where does the gun start? Oh, it's being like held by some apparatus. That's what this whole thing is, to like, I guess, stop it from recoiling on the queen. Okay, I was like, where does the gun start and the table begin? But I see it's got a little clamp above my head. It's got, I guess, another clamp over there. Very interesting. Interesting. This guy, find you a guy, ladies, who looks at you the way that this guy looks at that gun. That's when you know you found someone who loves you for you.
Guards will be able to carry something that doesn't suck. Yeah, a man can dream. Unless she redeploys after being Princess Diana in the Gulag. Now, there have been a lot of stupid politicians that have been saying for a while that the Second Amendment in the US only applies to muskets and not any sort of modern firepower. It seems that a few of you guys have been preparing for that interpretation and making some upgrades. Here we have the tactical musket. Here we have what appears to be a tactical L-can held on by only the finest of industrial strength zip ties. And up front,
that's a zip tie? I thought that was tape. I thought that was just Scotch tape that they had stuck to it. Oh my goodness.
On by only the finest of industrial strength zip ties. And up front, a PEC 15 IR unit. Because you never know when you have to slot redcoats in the dark. Now, if you recall, at the end of the last Cursed Gun Images video, we teased what I called the most cursed AK I had ever seen. What the fuck is that? I actually saw that gun online, bought it, and proceeded to do an entire video talking about how bad it was. It's not great. Truly, to this day, I still think probably the most cursed AK
I don't think I've seen that video
I have ever seen. But I said we might do a video fixing it, bringing this bad boy up to her former glory as a beautiful Yugo AK. And as always, I'm a man of my word. So if this Cursed Gun Images video gets 100,000 likes, we will do a video taking this bad boy, tearing it completely down.
Did he get 100? He got the likes. You know what? I'm gonna like it anyways. I'm gonna like it just because he said so. Hey, and if you want me to watch that video, let me know.
Back to the basic parts kit and rebuilding it as a beautiful gun that it's capable of being, and not a safety hazard to whoever's holding it. Here we have a submission of what looks like a model.
Hey, that's the gyro?
Back in the day, holding a wacky pistol. Looks like some sort of weird fucking toy gun, right? No way that thing is actually real.
Am I remembering correctly? Is that the gyro pistol, the one that like shoots out like a little mini rocket? Right? Yes, I was right. Yes, I'm actually remembering it. I'm so smart.
Or is it? As it turns out, this is actually from James Bond. And that pistol, while it looks like a, kid's toy made out of bent sheet metal, is actually a very exotic and rare firearm known as the Gyrojet. It was an experimental weapon in the 60s, basically getting rid of cased ammunition, instead using rocket-propelled projectiles. This is the world's smallest rocket launcher. And I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty fucking neat. Maybe even something that we should do for the channel. You know what, I'm gonna double up.
Oh, wait, hang on. Before we go, chat. One of these things has killed thousands and thousands of men. They're the most deadly thing on the planet, but men just can't get enough of them, and they love being with them all the time, and the other one's a gun. Yeah, you saw the joke coming. I had to do it.
Fucking neat. Maybe even something that we should do for the channel. You know what, I'm gonna double up. I'm gonna double up on the like goal. If you guys get us to 100,000 likes on this video, I'll hunt down a Gyrojet.
Now, I know he did that video because we've seen that.
Right? So yeah, if you want to see one of these bad boys fire, I recommend you go ahead and subscribe. If you're enjoying Cursed Gun Images, we do this every now and again. We also do series like Darwin Awards, and of course,
it made it into the intro of 007 only
videos,
live twice.
Coming up, a Gyrojet. So if you want to be part of the AKG cult, AKG Nation, go ahead and subscribe. Gotta want a Gyrojet now. Now I know this is Cursed Gun Images and not gun meme review, but this one's kind of a meme, but it also has a cursed gun image in it, so yeah, it works. When you tell her you're gonna destroy that ass and she just laughs.
What the hell?
When I said I was looking for a plug for hand grenades, that is not what I had in mind. This brings high impact sexual violence to a whole new level. And if you're too young to get this joke, God bless you, stay innocent. As long as you can. Now I've got some unconventional improvised shit and some cursed pistols coming up. But if you're looking for weapons of the non-cursed variety, usually, and you live in the United States and you're of age, I would recommend checking out Arms List. I actually remember using Arms List all the time when I was first getting into guns. It's a great way to see deals from local dealers and or meet up with private persons for buying and selling if that's legal in your area. They're an awesome sponsor of the channel. We obviously can't link them on a YouTube video, but you can go check them out at Arms List. We appreciate their support. Now back to some cursed shit. So up next we have a photo that is apparently from a gun buyback. I present to you the Pipe Gun P90, also known as the Pipe 90. Probably. It's always funny seeing the shit that people build to turn in at gun buybacks. Shit that's technically a firearm, but costs like 80 bucks to build to get a $200 Walmart gift card or whatever the fuck they're giving out. Draining the pockets of anti-gun activists one 3D print at a time. This is actually a pretty common OG design for a pipe shotgun. It's a slam fire, so if you see that little rod hanging out the bottom.
Unironically, I like the look of this pipe gun better than the ones that are in Fallout 4. Every time I have played Fallout 4, I hate those pipe guns just because I hate the look of them. I refuse to use them. Oh, but they're so customizable. Oh, it's like I don't care. They look awful in the game. I don't like it. They're cursed. They're the cursed guns that I think of. No, I'd rather just use any other gun.
What you do is it's two pipes inside of each other, and you push that back, you slam it back, because the shotgun shell is sitting in the first. There's a firing pin at the very, very back of the tube. So by slamming it rearward, you're firing the shotgun shell. Now, a word of advice when it comes to building improvised homemade pipe guns at home. Maybe, like, fucking don't. This next one is from Brazil.
What?
Police confiscated what looks to be somehow a cruder looty than the loot.
Is that a nut? Is that a little, I think that's the nut. That's not a bolt. That's a nut. A lug nut, I think is what it's officially called. What? This is a legit nut gun. How the heck does this work? I mean, if it works, if it looks stupid and it works, it's not stupid.
Looty.
Oh my god, that's awesome!
Kind of impressive though. What's weird is that doesn't even look like a detachable magazine. It looks like it's just part of the gun. Maybe just top fed. And also the octagonal barrel that just looks like a nut at the end, like a brass nut. Just goes to show when you can't buy weapons, people will improvise, adapt, and overcome. And then get it confiscated and then end up on Cursed Gun Images.
Yeah, don't.
Now, this guy over here has got the caulk gun from hell. The very, very tactical blue camouflage really helps out. I don't actually know where this photo is from, but what is killing me is the contrast. You got a super crude tube gun that you probably wouldn't even pick up if you were playing Fallout in one hand. And then his modern tactical pouches and shit over in front of his belt. Yeah, I love how he camouflages his pouches. Meanwhile, his gun. Next for improvised, we've got, well, this. The tactical artillery shell.
I have that one. I have that screwdriver. Oh my god, I have that screwdriver. My screwdriver made it onto the fucking video. Oh my god, it's famous. Is this an RPG?
Cog. And a hammer and screwdriver to, you know, set her off. You know, typically in the Middle East when they were building IEDs out of old artillery shells, it didn't require manual operation of the actual, you know, detonating. That's why they were using cell phones and wires and shit. This IED here appears to be all manual. I guess they just draw straws for whoever has to be the one to set it off.
They expect one of us in the wreckage, brother.
Now on to pistols, I present to you the most tactical Glock of all
What
time.
the heck?
As if the stock foregrip and laser weren't enough, we also have a member of Carry Handle Gang. Not sure why.
Oh my god. This gun will have no recoil if you were to shoot it. No, that gun is going nowhere. Their gun is going nowhere. And yeah, that last gun was a syringe gun. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is there any video game out there that would allow you to upgrade a gun like this? Can't you kind of do this in a Resident Evil game? You can just spend all of your upgrade materials just to make your starting pistol the most powerful thing it can be. It's like, yeah, it's like, where are you going to put the red dot? I'm going to put on the pistol. Where are you going to put the shoulder stock? I'm going to put on my pistol. Where are you going to put the extended mag? Pistol, foregrip, pistol, laser sight, pistol. All of it. All of it. It literally maxed out the starter weapon. I love it.
Why we have a carry handle on this one, considering there's no front sight on that gun for the carry handle sight.
Just in case.
Useful, but that's okay. I have a feeling he's not going to be using sights anyway. That's what the laser's for. I was laughing thinking like, oh, you know what? This person probably doesn't have a tax stamp to make this an SBR, considering there's obviously a stock and a foregrip on it. Then I thought, well, the vertical foregrip isn't exactly vertical, is it?
Oh, it was Resident Evil 2, the remastered.
So I wonder if that skirts the law. And then I realized SBR shit doesn't fucking matter at all because this thing has a fucking auto steer. Got the little switch on the side of the slide that makes it a happy Glock. Yeah, so this is either a legit Glock 18 or this is some cringe airsoft LARP. I'm probably going for the latter, but who knows? It's a crazy world. Now, I'm not a big fan of pocket carry. You know, the people who like carry those like really tiny, like 22 revolvers in their pocket on the day-to-day. I'll get into why I don't like it, probably in this next episode of the Darwin Awards, frankly. But the only advantage—
I'm gonna probably think of why he doesn't like the pocket carry. When I go on a walk and I put my phone in my pocket, the amount of times that when I take out my phone and it'll just hit a button or turn off my phone or disconnect my headphone cords, or while I'm walking, it hits a button and it changes the YouTube video. Imagine that on a gun, that you're walking and then boom, your safety, you might have had it on, but now because it's in your pocket, it's now been turned off. The safety's off. And then you're trying to take it out of your pocket, your finger slips, you just pulled the trigger, and now you have a bullet in your thigh, and there's a lot of blood vessels and a lot of major blood vessels and arteries and veins and everything in your leg, and you might die. So yeah, and also yeah, the gun could be pointed at your dick. No, thank you. No, thank you. That just seems very stupid. Get a holster. Get a holster.
advantage that it would have is that it's super tiny, super easy to conceal in your pocket, and you can just carry it on the day-to-day. Well, this guy said, fuck that. I want all the power of a tiny pocket-sized 22 and the concealability of a fucking AR lower. Your wish is his command. Now this next one is when you realize
No, I gotta look at this more. Is this the trigger right here? What is this shoot? What is this shoot? This isn't real, right? There's no way. How do you... It's not about the size, chat. It's about the amount of punch it packs, okay? Does it pack a punch is what matters. I want this. I want this gun. It's. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, moving on.
AR lower. Your wish is his command. Now this next one is when
it's shrunk in the wash, chat. That was a pocket gun. They forgot to take it out of their pants, and then they put it into the dishwasher, into the washing machine, and it shrunk in the wash. Also, it's really cold outside, chat. It's smaller because it's cold out, okay? It gets bigger if you warm it up, all right?
Realize that Colt makes both AR-15s and revolvers. Voila!
What?
It's hideous. I'm actually trying to think whether or not this is California legal. Does this count as
I hate it.
When you have to have your Marty Robbins Big Iron at 6, but Black Hawk Down LARP at 7. Considering that long sight radius you now get on this revolver with those old M4 sights, the nice C-clamp you can get on that handguard, and the stability of the stock, this thing is the perfect killing machine.
Would this
I think
work?
the only thing that could make this thing more deadly is some dick bullets.
Oh.
Well, that closes up this episode of Cursed Gun Images. What was your favorite / least favorite in this episode?
My least favorite was that last one.
And again, you can always...
My least favorite was that very last one. I hate it. I hate it so much. My favorite one was the tiny gun. I'm still thinking about it. I'm going to be thinking that for at least the rest of the day. Oh, that's a Fallout 4 revolver. You just add all the customizations to it. California legal. I'm glad I left. I don't think nothing. If you're living in California, nothing against you, okay? California has great weather, has some really good food. It's a really good place, but for me, I don't think I could live in California. I don't think I could handle, mostly just the rent. The amount that it costs, the cost of living, well, depending on where in California, it's just so high. And the traffic. No, I couldn't do it if I was like in a major city in California. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't. No. But if you enjoy it, nothing against it. Everywhere in the United States has some good and some bad about it. I'm not going to be one of those people that says, "Dog, insert state is a cesspool. It's awful." Everything has its ups and downs. Everything has its ups and downs.
Please submit your Cursed Gun Images suggestions over on the subreddit or via Smoke Signal. Anyhow, I appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end, and as always, I'll see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks.
Oh, wait. There's gonna be a blooper, I'm sure.
I don't have my fucking knots. Damn it!
What? What did he say?
I don't have my fucking knots. Damn it!
What did he say? It sounds like he's saying I don't have my fucking nuts. That can't be what he just said. That can't be what he just said. But thank you for watching, YouTube. I really like that one. I think we've watched one of these before, but let me know if you ever want to see more of these in the future. Absolutely. Like, subscribe, check out his channel if you haven't already. Maybe come by the Discord or come by live. We're streaming on YouTube now. I will be streaming games and reactions on YouTube. But until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day and stay awesome, y'all.